Different from maybe some other years.
Severe shortage of money to pay for state expenses.
So is misery loving company here?
Yes, right.
How and where does the governor fit into all of this?
We're prepared to work with the governor. I would presume that as we work through this process, he and the budget office may have suggestions, requests, and I'm sure that we're interested in taking his requests, his suggestions. I think you're going to see a member-driven budget making, and we've already started it among the Democrats, and I presume that the Republicans will do the same thing, where large share of this budget-making decisions will be made by the members.
There have been, however, a shortage of money for several years now. So why this year go to this member-driven initiative versus in the past few years, the legislature kind of tossed it to the governor to make those decisions?
Well, we did. We did for 2 years, and the governor asked me if I thought that we could give him lump sum spending authority again, and I told him no. That I didn't think that the members of the legislature would agree to that.
He wanted lump sum?
He made the request.
And why do you think that, or why do you or the members say that that's not the way to go?
Well, and I just gave him my quick judgment. It was a question that he put to me, and my instincts said that I didn't think that the members, Democrats and Republicans, would give him that authority again. They had done it twice, but they wouldn't do it again. I just offered a judgment.
What was
the end of the conversation?
Do you think he should have had that, or did he use it wisely? One would say maybe.
Well, I think he did his best. He did what he did. He did his best, but I don't think that's going to happen this time.
How much of this is a crisis of trust? And I don't mean a criminal trust, but not trusting the governor to do the right thing, to do the smartest thing with that lump sum responsibility?
I don't think you have to go to that. So we did 2 budgets with lump sum authority. This particular budget is going to be done different. This budget-making procedure will be much preferred by the members of the legislature than prior to.
Well, at the risk of sounding like a smart aleck, it's such a great idea. How come no one thought of it sooner?
Some people did. Here, Mr. Cross can speak to that. They've been advocating this for a long time, so you ought to give them credit.
We like this approach. Yeah. But I think the other point, and I think Roger Eddy made it, if you do it this way versus the lump sums, you're going to have some certainty. So if you're a school district, you know what you're going to get. You may not like the number, but at least you can plan your budget based on the number you're going to get or should get under this budget. And it also has the members involved. So I think it's a twofer, so to speak, and it's really the right way to do it.
The $65 million that the gentleman was talking about that goes to Chicago, will he get 65?
I think, I'm not certain about this, I think that that's an authority for their pension system to use pension money to subsidize health care for retirees. I think that's what that is.
And you think that'll be carried with the follow-up bill?
I'm pretty sure that I've seen in the bill already, that it's somewhere in the process.
How is it? Are you guys still working together on pension reform, further pension reform, and what is the status of that, and when do you think we could see something on that?
Well, I think it's under discussion.
Mr. Speaker, it would seem that you are going to pay off some of the old bills by not spending as much in other areas. Does that mean that there won't be a need for this $8.75 billion or even maybe a $2 billion borrowing plan?
I believe the governor is still asking for authority to go to the public market to do borrowing, to pay bills, but it's not being real well received by the legislature.
How much do you think you could make payments on old bills here by holding everything else down?
I have no idea.
But that's part of your game plan here, isn't it?
Well, it's pretty simple. Money has come into the state during the economic recession. The question is, how is it spent? And if you spend less on current year operations, then more is available to pay old bills.
But you don't have any estimate of how much you'll be able to reduce that backlog of bills?
I don't know.
And how is the money apportioned among the different committees? How do you decide this committee gets 20% and that gets 25%?
John Lauder did I think it was a 7 or 8 year study, and I forget the methodology, but he got a lot of assistance from a noted statistician named Al Riley. And you might want to take some time and ask Riley to explain how it was done.
What about some of the governor's other initiatives, such as decoupling and school consolidation? Are those things that should be part of this to get some extra money in the budget?
Well, we're going to proceed on the number that's been adopted in a resolution. That's what we're going to do. And I think we've pretty well agreed that if extra money comes in, that's going to go to pay old bills.
Are you going to try and get that extra money to come in, though? What are those things that you would consider?
I'm not planning to attempt to do those things.
Mr. Speaker, what's your plan to reenact the Capitol
Yeah,
bill?
can we go back?
Why are those particular items things that you don't think are worth pursuing?
That's just my own personal view. I just don't plan to pursue those
Do you
things.
think they're bad policy or just not workable or?
I have no comment on them. I just don't plan to pursue them.
I think for purposes of our exercise, the concept of 158 that the speaker said will pass today is if our number is too conservative and more money comes in, we'll be able to utilize that money to pay bills, which I think makes some sense. So we may be on the conservative side, and that's fine. And we'll spend less, and then we can take care of a good number of bills.
What was the final thing that has kind of broken the ice between you two so that you would be working this well together?
I don't think there ever was a problem.
I don't remember a problem. I think
Maybe some journalists though.
Why should we be confident this coalition will hold?
it was me, not him.
Why should people of Illinois be confident that you two will continue in this relationship in good stead?
Well, we all rely upon faith, don't we? One way or another.